What if the most dangerous person in your life is someone you trust? Someone who smiles at you, laughs with you, shares secrets with you, while quietly taking pleasure in your pain and feeding the chaos around you. It's a disturbing thought, but the Stoics would tell you, it's far better to see clearly than to live comfortably in illusion. Today, we're going to look straight at that reality. We're diving deep into 5 telltale signs you're dealing with a truly toxic, even evil person, and more importantly, how to protect your peace using Stoic principles of wisdom, clarity, and self-control. It's a harsh reality, but some people in our lives genuinely take pleasure in causing harm and chaos. You might be sharing moments with them, trusting them, opening up to them, only to discover later that they are the very source of your turmoil. They can be a colleague, a friend, a partner, or even a family member. These people are often masters of deception, hiding a rotten character behind charm, charisma, and perfectly rehearsed kindness. The Stoics believed in the power of perception, in seeing people and events as they truly are, not as we wish they were. By learning to recognize these patterns, you are not becoming paranoid. You are becoming prepared. You're protecting your mind, your energy, and your future. Before we dive in, if content like this helps you see life more clearly and build a stronger, calmer mind, do something simple and free. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It helps this message reach others who might be trapped in toxic relationships without even knowing it. And it tells me to keep bringing you Stoic insights like this. Now let's begin. The mask of charm and charisma. When we talk about evil people, we don't always mean someone who looks hostile or terrifying. Quite often, they are the most charming person in the room. They know how to light up a space, make everyone feel seen, special, valued. Their attention feels like a spotlight. And at first, you feel lucky to be standing in it. They seem witty, engaging, deeply interested in your life, and it's easy to think, I've just met someone truly amazing. But the Stoics teach us never to stop our judgment at the surface. Marcus Aurelius reminds us to look to a person's actions, habits, and reactions, not just their words and smiles. Over time, you may start to notice small cracks. They always need to be the center of attention. They talk over you or interrupt you. They subtly put you down in front of others. Your feelings, thoughts, and stories slowly become props in their performance. Imagine being at a party. This person is telling stories, making everyone laugh, commanding the room. At first, it feels great to stand beside them. But as the night goes on, you notice that every conversation circles back to them. Whenever you try to share something real, they quickly steer it back to their life, their struggles, their brilliance. This isn't just an extroverted personality, it's self-worship. The Stoic principle of apatheia, a state of being undisturbed by external impressions, helps you see clearly here. Instead of being blinded by the rush of their charm, you stay calm, observant, grounded. You also watch how they react when things don't go their way. Do they sulk when they're not the center of attention? Do they get angry or defensive when criticized? Do they try to twist the situation to regain control? Marcus Aurelius warns us to be wary of those ruled by anger and manipulation. These are not traits of a rational, virtuous person. Stoic advice: take your time. Don't hand people a place in your inner circle just because the first impression felt good. Observe them, in conflict, when they're frustrated, when they're not performing for anyone. That's when the mask slips. A cold lack of empathy. Another crucial sign is a lack of empathy. Empathy is the ability to feel with others, to care how your words and actions affect them. Without it, a person can hurt you deeply and feel nothing. The Stoics believed deeply in human interconnectedness. Marcus Aurelius saw all humans as part of one body. To harm another without care is to reject your own nature. So when you see someone who consistently shows no concern for the feelings of others, that's not just a flaw, it's a serious warning sign. Imagine sharing something deeply personal, hoping for comfort and understanding. Instead, you get mocked, dismissed, told you're too sensitive, or simply ignored. They don't show up when you're struggling. They don't celebrate your wins. They might even downplay your achievements or quietly resent them. This isn't limited to personal relationships. Think of a boss who pushes employees to exhaustion, never considers their well-being, humiliates people, publicly uses pressure, fear, and shame instead of respect and guidance. This lack of empathy creates toxic environments where people feel small, anxious, expendable. The Stoics would tell you this is a reflection of their character, not your worth. Seneca teaches that true virtue includes kindness and justice. When someone repeatedly shows a refusal to consider others' feelings, they are distancing themselves from those core virtues. You'll see this lack of empathy in small things too. Constantly interrupting, never asking about you, refusing to help even when it costs them nothing. Individually, these may seem minor. Together they paint a very clear picture. Stoic advice: observe patterns, not isolated moments. If someone consistently fails to care, you are not too needy. You are seeing them accurately, and you have the right and the responsibility to protect your peace by stepping back. Manipulation, twisting your reality. Manipulation is another major sign. It's when someone uses deception, guilt, or confusion to control you, to bend your will to their desires. From a Stoic perspective, this is a direct attack on your ability to see reality clearly. The Stoics valued clear perception, seeing things as they are, not as others wish you to see them. But manipulators specialize in fog. One of the most common forms is gaslighting, denying things they clearly said or did, insisting you're misremembering, twisting your words, making you feel unstable or crazy. Let's say you confront someone about a hurtful comment. Instead of reflecting, they say, "You're too sensitive." That never happened. You always twist everything. Slowly, you stop trusting your own mind and start depending on their version of reality. They may also play the victim. After everything I do for you, if you really cared about me, you'd do this. You're the only one who understands me. Guilt becomes a tool, your kindness becomes a chain. Sometimes they use flattery instead, praising you when they need something, making you feel special and chosen, then attaching expectations to that praise. You start to feel like you owe them, or that you must live up to this image they created. The Stoics remind us true worth comes from inner virtue, not from external approval. Manipulation can also involve isolation. Your friends don't really like you. Your family doesn't get you like I do. People are jealous of us, of you. Slowly, your world shrinks until they are at the center of it. And in some cases, they may use money as a leash, controlling finances, making you dependent, forcing you to ask permission for basic decisions. Stoic advice: ask yourself, do I feel more confused after talking to this person? Do I constantly feel guilty or not enough? Do they benefit from my confusion and self-doubt? If the answer is yes, you're not weak. You're being manipulated, and you have every right to reclaim your mind. Controlling behavior, attacking your autonomy. One of the clearest signs of an evil or deeply toxic person is controlling behavior. This goes far beyond preferences or suggestions. This is about someone trying to dominate your life. At first, it might look like care. I just want what's best for you. Trust me, I know better. But over time, it becomes, we'll always do what I want. You don't decide that, I do. You're not allowed to see them. They might. Choose where you go, decide who you spend time with, monitor your phone, your messages, your social media, demand constant updates on where you are. You start to feel like a prisoner inside your own life. The Stoics highly valued inner freedom. Epictetus, who began his life as a slave, taught that even in chains, the mind could remain free. But controlling individuals try to chain both your circumstances and your mind. Control can also show up as financial domination. I'll handle the money, you're bad with it. Emotional threats. If you leave me, I'll hurt myself or you'll regret this. Fear and intimidation. Seneca taught that courage means facing those who rule by fear and refusing to let them rule your inner life. Stoic advice. Recognize this clearly. Trying to control another person's life is not love. It's a violation of their nature as a rational, free human being. If you feel constantly monitored, silenced, or small around someone, that is not a sign that you are weak. It's a sign that their behavior is oppressive. You have the right to reclaim your autonomy. Pathological lying, a life built on deceit. The last sign is pathological lying. We're not talking about occasional small lies that most people tell. We're talking about people who lie, frequently, convincingly, unnecessarily, to manipulate, to impress, to control, or simply because they've grown comfortable inside a world of fiction. The Stoics valued integrity. For them, living in truth was central to living in accordance with nature. When someone lies constantly, they are building a life against reality itself, and anyone close to them gets dragged into that illusion. Pathological lying can look like exaggerating achievements, inventing stories about their past, taking credit for others' successes, hiding major facts from you, rewriting events so they're never at fault. In a workplace, this erodes trust and poisons teams. In a relationship, it destroys your sense of safety. You start to question, did that really happen? Am I overreacting? Why does everything feel off? Pathological liars can be very convincing. They mix truth with lies. They tell stories with detail and emotion. This is where Stoic vigilance comes in. Instead of reacting emotionally, you step back and ask, does their story line up over time? Have I caught them in contradictions? How do they respond when confronted? A sincere person, even if embarrassed, will eventually admit the truth. A pathological liar will become defensive or aggressive, blame you, create yet another story to cover the previous one. Stoic advice. Your peace of mind is worth more than any relationship that depends on you ignoring reality. If someone constantly shatters truth, you don't owe them continued access to your trust. How to protect yourself. Stoic boundaries. So how do you protect yourself from people like this while maintaining your integrity and inner peace? The answer is one powerful practice. Boundaries. The Stoics were clear, you cannot control other people, but you can always control what you allow into your life. Boundaries are not cruelty, they are clarity. They define what you will and will not tolerate, how others are allowed to speak to you, what access people have to your time, energy, and emotions. A boundary might sound like, "I won't accept being spoken to with disrespect. If you continue to lie to me, I will step back from this relationship. I won't discuss this topic if you keep using it to shame me. I'm not available to help when you insult me or belittle me." The key is clarity plus consistency. The Stoics, especially Epictetus, emphasize discipline. If you state a boundary but never enforce it, you train others to ignore it. And yes, there will often be pushback. Anger, guilt-tripping threats, mockery. This is where Stoic composure matters most. Marcus Aurelius reminds us not to be ruled by the negative emotions of others. You don't have to fight. You don't have to explain endlessly. You simply remain firm. In some cases, protecting yourself will mean creating distance, limiting contact, or cutting ties completely. That can feel painful. But Seneca reminds us that the company we keep shapes our character. If someone constantly tramples your boundaries, you are not giving up on them by stepping away. You are refusing to give up on yourself. The Stoics also valued community, not as a vague concept, but as a real support system. Talk to trusted friends, family, or a professional. You don't have to face manipulative, controlling people alone. And through all of this, take care of your mind and body. Rest, reflection, journaling, meditation, learning. Epictetus taught that we must care for our own soul if we want to live well and help others. Boundaries are not selfish. They are a declaration of self-respect. Some people do take pleasure in chaos, control, and deceit. The Stoics wouldn't want you to live in fear of them, but they would want you to see them clearly. You learn today how to recognize the mask of charm and charisma, a cold lack of empathy, manipulation and gaslighting, controlling behavior, pathological lying, and you learn that you are not helpless. You can observe, you can set boundaries, you can step back, you can choose peace over drama. Your life is too short and your mind is too precious to be ruled by people who enjoy your confusion and pain. If this video helped you see things more clearly, or made you rethink certain relationships in your life, consider liking this video and subscribing to Stoic Journal. You'll find more videos here on Stoicism, emotional strength, and building a life guided by reason and virtue. Check the suggested videos on the screen to continue this journey. Stay strong, stay wise, and keep living your truth.